Well. So, kumekuwa na very big concern hapa Kenya about why Gen Zs are not registering as voters. Na of course last week tumekuwa na by-election hapa Kenya na turnout ilikuwa inasemekana ya kwamba Gen Zs were not showing up. And of course they can't show up because like these guys have not registered as voters. But sasa watu wamekuwa concerned na wanauliza maswali, why are these guys not registering as voters? Na sasa venye watu walikuwa wamecheki Gen Z's maandamano last year and also this year, wanasema manze, this is a very ironical thing. We were expecting these guys to like register in large numbers, na atuwaoni bana wa register kama voters. They are not registering. Na voter registration actually ilianza like some few months ago, and guys are just asking why are Gen Zs not registering as voters. Yeah, so hii video tu ni ya kupatia the reason as to why these guys are not registering as voters. Na pia wewe unaweza ingia hapo comment section uniambie if you agree with these reasons or not. Yeah, we can also have a discussion hapo kwa comment section. Tujue kwa nini hawa say waendi kuregister as voters, unajua. So number one reason that I think these guys are not registering as voters, it's because IEBC have not considered something called digital engagement. So of course there's weak digital engagement from IEBC. Of course IEBC they have failed, to meet Gen Zs where these guys are. Most of the Gen Zs are on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, unajua. So failing to engage with them on these digital platforms about voter registration, making awareness of voter registration, I don't think these guys will consider registering as voters as a thing, because they are not aware about these things. They don't see this education about voter registration on the platforms that they engage with daily, unajua. Most of these Gen Zs are obvious, wanakuanga tu hapo TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. So ukieka hii awareness kwa news na kwa magazeti, these guys will not be aware about e stuff for sure. That's my number one reason. My number two reason as to why these guys are not registering as voters, it's because IEBC have also failed to consider using influencers. If you want to reach to these guys and make awareness, a very serious awareness about what they really need to consider doing, you really need to consider reaching to them through their influencers. Most of the Gen Zs nowadays are consuming a lot of podcasts, a lot of comedy, a lot of music. So IEBC should consider using musicians, artists, podcasters to reach out to the Gen Zs and just create that awareness and let the Gen Zs know that they really need to consider this thing, because these influencers actually wataweza kustipulate vitu vizuri kwa waelewe importance ya hii stuff, because most of the Gen Zs hawajaelewa the importance of registering as a voter, unaget. So that's my number two reason as to why these guys are not registering, or rather they are not even considering registering as a voter to be a thing. My number three reason as to why these guys are not registering as voters is poor communication of the registration process, unajua. So kitu unaweza kuambia ni ati ukichukua tu majenzis kadhaa waulize unajua story na kuregister as voters, wanasema wanajua. Ukiwauliza maswali kama what do you need to register as a voter, for sure waezi jua hii story. So makosa IEBC wanafanya ni ati wana assume everyone knows the process of registering as voters. Unajua these are kids manze, hawa ni wase wajawahi vote, hawa ni wase tu wamefikisha 18 tu majuzi, so they really don't know the process and even the documentation that is required for them to register as voters. So number 3 reason vetu nimesema, there is poor communication about the voter registration process. That is something that they should consider, and this can only be done by their influencers na kufanya tu a very good digital engagement with these guys. Tumia tu my influencers kama akina Obina, these popular guys akina Ikonini TV, wafundishe tu majenzi the process of registering as a voter, na wajue tu, unajua like these are not guys who were aware. Si millennials, ani watoi, wajui hizi stuff. So the 4th reason as to why Gen Zs are not registering as voters, it's because there's minimal outreach in schools and colleges. Unajua IEBC waja reach out to colleges and universities and TVETs educate tu wase kuhusu hii story. Na huko tu universities, colleges, TVETs ndio majenzis wamejaa. So if you don't do like a maximum outreach in schools and colleges, I don't think these guys are going to register as voters. Now, the 5th reason as to why Gen Zs are not registering as voters, it's because there's no strong motivation or education on why voting matters. For sure, Kenya ni place yenye tumekaa sana na tumesikia IEBC venye waga wanaikwa kwa mfuko, na kama umekaa Kenya sana, story ya kura kuibiwa sio kitu mgeni kwako. Na the guys who are planning to rig election, wakiona Gen Zs hawaendi ku register as voters, I think wanafurahia sana because wanaona kama kazi itakuwa ni rahisi. So I think this is a new generation, so you guys are supposed to be doing a lot on just making awareness about voting and helping these guys understand the importance of voting, so I really don't know what you guys think about this issue. You can also drop your comments up in comment section. Useme the reason as to why you think Gen Zs are not registering as voters. But mimi naweza taka tu kuchukua hii fursa, kama wewe ni Gen Z na unacheki hii video, go and register as a voter. So go register as a voter.